During the cold weather months when it's below freezing, you want to make sure that your propane never reaches below 1/3 of a tank. During the winterization process, after you've checked the levels of your propane tank, you'll want to exit the vehicle and make sure that you're plugging your van in to your dedicated 30 amp outlet every single evening. After plugging your van in for the evening, you'll want to remove the snap to expose the electric heater breaker. You'll then pull the cotter pin on that breaker so that you can then push it in to indicate that your electric heater will work. Once you've pushed in the breaker for your electric heater, you're going to want to set your temperature control to medium equally between low and high. Go. You can then open up your laundry chute door, prop it up so that you can keep it open and allow heat to flow through into the salon. You'll also want to make sure that you leave your water heater in the on position with the red light off, indicating that it is running all night long. During the winter months, it's extremely important to make sure that in the evenings you're turning your furnace in the on position and setting your thermostat to the lowest setting to leave on overnight to make sure you can prevent any freezing throughout the cold temperatures. At the end of the day, you want to make sure that you fill your freshwater tank and drain your gray water tank. Now we're going to show you how to work your optional antifreeze system. Here you'll notice you have a bypass valve and a winterization valve, as well as your winterizing and de-winterizing instructions. If you have the optional antifreeze system, this is where you will fill your 2-gallon holding tank. You'll go ahead and just slide that over and push that up to be able to pour your antifreeze into the cup. Go. To start your winterization process, you want to move your winterize valve from normal to winterize and your bypass valve from normal to bypass. Once you enter the salon, you want to make sure you turn your tank heater on first. Then we'll come up here and turn on your freshwater and your supersensor pump. And then we'll come over here to your mixer valve, and you'll want to make sure that you put that into the cold position. Now that we have the mixer valve in the cold position, we can spray the freshwater pump until you see pink. Now that you have pink in your freshwater line, what we're going to do is you're going to squeeze the nozzle on the supersensor into the gray water drain, while at the same time you'll squeeze the freshwater nozzle into the supersensor drain so that we can add antifreeze into your supersensor system. Now that there's pink in both lines, both your supersensor and your freshwater, we'll go ahead and turn off the mixer valve, and we'll come over here and we'll turn off both your supersensor and your freshwater pumps for the evening. To start your de-winterization process in the morning before you go out for your grooms, we're going to want to move the winterize valve from winterize to normal. Now that we're inside the salon, we're going to want to turn on your freshwater pump only, move your mixer valve into the cold position, and then we will squeeze the freshwater sprayer nozzle until all the pink has been flushed from the line. So now that there's no antifreeze in our freshwater pump line, we're going to go to the back of the unit and we're going to switch over our other valve from bypass to normal. Okay. Now we're gonna move the bypass from bypass to normal. So now we're gonna turn on your super sudsor pump, and then what we're gonna do is we're gonna spray your super sudsor into the gray water drain, and then spray your fresh water that has water in it into the super sudsor drain to remove the antifreeze from your super sudsor lines. Now that we've cleared all the antifreeze from the system, we can go ahead and shut your mixer valve off, turn off your super sudsor and your freshwater pump, and then we can turn off your tank heater.